The state's political leaders gather in Boston today to celebrate the legacy of civil rights leader Dr. Martin Luther King. Good evening and welcome to 22 News at 6. I'm Barry Krieger.
And I'm Laura Hutchinson. It is a long-standing tradition in Boston. 22
News State House reporter Tiffany Chan joins us live from Boston, where political leaders, activists, and everyday citizens honor Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.
Hundreds of people gathered at the Boston Convention Center to pay tribute to civil rights leader Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. during an annual event held in his honor.
Governor Charlie Baker, Boston's Mayor Marty Walsh, and hundreds of others gathered for the 45th annual Martin Luther King Jr. Memorial Breakfast in Boston. Speakers reflected on Dr. King's legacy and stressed the work that still needs to be done to end racism in the country.
We must eradicate racism. We must never yield to it, and we must never let it handicap us.
The breakfast is the nation's longest-running event dedicated to honoring the civil rights leader. The event featured live music, food, and speeches by some of the state's top political leaders.
This is a long tradition of a deep connection to Martin Luther King, and it continues here this morning, and I think his spirit is still alive and well.
At $50 per ticket, the breakfast also raises funds for scholarships and community programs.
Dr. Martin Luther King spent quite a lot of time in Boston. He earned his PhD from Boston University in the 1950s, and Boston's also where he met his wife, Coretta Scott King. Reporting live from the State House in Boston, Tiffany Chan, 22 News.